Hello there, welcome back to my views and news. Some new stories for you. First one is about the involvement of Oromo Liberation Army OLA in the operation, security forces operation against Fano fighters in the Amhara region. Are OLA fighters in any way involved in this operation against Fano or not? Because yesterday, some Amhara activists claim that more than 10 OLA fighters had been captured by Fano, and OLA fighters were supporting Ethiopian National Defense Force on one front. Then OLA spokesperson Oda Turbi spoke. He addressed these claims of Amhara activists. Can we say that OLA did not participate in the conflict, in the war on Fano? Did it indirectly support the operation against Fano? In the last 1 week, we saw heavy clashes in different parts of the Amhara region. What happened in Valaga in the past 1 week? Secondly, it seems that the security forces have surrounded a Fano commander's house. Is he at home? Secondly, Tefera Mamu's house has also been surrounded. Reportedly, Tefera Mamu and his wife Menenhaile are being they're wanted. Security forces want to arrest them reportedly. Firstly, OLA, Oromo Liberation Army. Yesterday, some Amhara activists reported that more than 10 OLA fighters had been captured by Fano, and that OLA fighters were operating in support of ENDF on Debre Birhan front. Debre Birhan is now under ENDF control. Fano fighters have withdrawn from Debre Birhan from shore orbit 2. Is OLA part of military operation against Fano? This is the most important question when it comes to OLA-Fano relations. If you remember, I told you that if Fano fighters manage to reach Amhara-Oromian border, you'll see start of new battles. New developments will happen. And distance from Amhara to Addis Ababa, Amhara-Oromian border to Addis Ababa, could be a few dozen kilometers, but that distance is going to be hard to travel. Because if Fano managed to take control of Amhara-Oromian border areas, OLA would definitely then come into the picture. I could not confirm the presence of OLA fighters in North Shore on Debre Birhan front. I talked to a few people there. No one is confirming OLA's presence there. But and OLA's presence has been rejected, denied by Oda Turbi. Oda Turbi is OLA spokesperson, and he rejected Amhara activists' claim that 10 OLA members had been captured by Fano fighters. He said that the activists were working for AAA, Amhara Association of America, and AAA was a mouthpiece of Fano. He rejected OLA's involvement in military operation in the Amhara region. I could not confirm OLA's presence on front in North Shore, though Fano fighters are rapidly moving towards Oromian border. After capturing Debre Birhan, they were moving towards Oromian Amhara border, and they had reached Oromian border, by the way. Some Fano units had reached Oromian Amhara border. OLA fighters were concerned. Had Fano fighters remained in control of Debre Birhan. Had Fano fighters captured entire Minjar Shinkora, had Fano fighters managed to reach large territories on Oromia-Amhara border, Ola fighters would have been involved. By the way, one point I want to make about Ola's role in the fight against Fano fighters. In the last 1 week or so, we saw heavy clashes in different parts of the Amhara region. Thousands of ENDF members were deployed to Amhara from Oromia. Large-scale military mobilization happened from Oromia to Amhara. Did you hear about any large-scale fighting between Ola and Ethiopian National Defense Force in the last 1 week in Valaga? No, nothing happened. It means Oromo Liberation Army facilitated the deployment, the movement of Ethiopian National Defense Force from Oromia into Amhara to crush Fano fighters. Indirectly, Ola supported the operation against Fano. Ola could have used this opportunity to retake more territories, to take control of more territories, to expand areas under its control, to launch attacks on ENDF convoys which were on their way towards Amhara. Ola fighters carried out attacks in Shaggar city a few weeks ago, if you remember. They have presence close to Addis Ababa too, around Addis Ababa, in East Shava, in Central Oromia, West Shava, in Valaga. They did not carry out a single attack on Ethiopian National Defense Force in the last 1 week or so, while ENDF was pouring into the Amhara region. What does it mean? It means that Ola fighters wanted to keep Fano fighters away from Oromia-Amhara border. They indirectly backed ENDF in the fight against Fano fighters. The direct involvement could not be confirmed. I could not confirm their direct involvement, but their indirect involvement matters a lot too. People were speculating there could be an Ola Fano alliance. I don't know about future, but the last 1 week or so, we saw Ola's implicit support for Ethiopian National Defense Force in the fight against Fano fighters. That is how I understand, keeping in view the relative calm in Valaga, in Central Oromia, in Eastern Oromia too. Secondly, viewers, Zemenekassie's house is surrounded in Bahirdar. Is he at home? We don't know, but security forces want to arrest him. He was released a few weeks ago. He was arrested last year, remained in prison, but he was acquitted by a court. Then he was released a few weeks ago. I said his release was suspicious. After his release, he did not went to mountains, forest to lead Fano fighters. He remained in Bahirdar. His release was suspicious and his activities after release suspicious. He kept on issuing statements, but we could not confirm his active participation in leading Fano factions. He was mainly based in Bahirdar reportedly. His house has been surrounded. Is he at home? It's not clear. But two Fano commanders have been missing from the battles. Zemenekassie from Gojam and Massafin from Gondar. Where is Massafin? Is he alive? Is he sick? No one knows. We saw his son, Massafin's son was seen in Gondar city. Massafin nowhere to be seen. Zemenekassie kept on issuing statements. Massafin silent. Zemenekassie issued statements, but he was mainly in Bahirdar. His house being surrounded by security forces reportedly. Secondly, Tefera Mamu's house is being surrounded. Two security forces want to arrest him. He was arrested last year too, then he was released. He wanted to move abroad for medical treatment, but his attempt to fly to Israel for medical treatment was rejected by the government. Though he got orders from a court, still he was not allowed to fly to Israel for medical treatment. His wife Menenhaile and he himself are being pursued by security forces. Their house is surrounded too. He could be arrested. Zemene Kassie and Tefera Mamu could be arrested. Today, one big arrest was that of Johannes Buyalo, a very vocal critic of Ethiopian government and a supporter of Fano.